I'm Jill Weister, and I'm the chair of the Destination Marketing Organization.
My name is Pat Kerwin. I'm the Executive Director of the Lebanon Valley Expo Corporation.
And just to let you know, right now the Lebanon Valley Destination Marketing Organization, our board is extremely enthusiastic because things are actually happening right now and it's been a very positive environment. One thing that we are very excited about is we have had an opportunity to meet with 25 municipalities here in the Lebanon County. And out of the 25 municipalities, we've actually gotten approval from all of them but two. And the one of them is Heidelberg, and the only reason we haven't received their approval yet is they didn't have enough representatives at their meeting. So we are expecting to get an approval from Heidelberg. The other one is North Londonderry. However, they haven't given us a response one way or the other, so there's still an option there. You never know. But we're definitely excited because we did have the chance to meet with everyone and really just focus on the positive that our organization can do. In addition to that, we have hired Laura Putt, which you all know. And the good thing is she is super motivated and things are actually happening, things are getting done. One of our key priorities right now is getting the visitor's guide done. And with her background in marketing, she's really knocking things out. She's been extremely busy over the past week and a half, just kind of reaching out and trying to get that visitor's guide finished and ready for the next publication. We are considering different office space areas throughout the community. We haven't, decided on one final spot, but we are
Very closely with the new Destination Marketing Organization. In fact, Jill and I spent some time yesterday in Lancaster meeting with the executive of their Destination Marketing Organization to learn Laura wasn't able to attend, but to learn a little bit about how they operate, get some suggestions, ideas. I think it was a very productive meeting.
very productive, yes.
And, we also have met with the Hershey-Harrisburg Regional Visitors Bureau. Those folks came down to visit the Expo Center, and they're acting as a sales agent for us, secondary to the Giant Center and the Farm Show Complex. So we're in their brochures, and that's the type of relationship we'd like to develop with Lancaster as well, because we do feed hotel rooms in both of those organizations. The Expo Center does, and of course, Lebanon County. So it's a good cooperative relationship, I think, off to a good start, and we're very excited about that. I do have some good news to report, which is last night we had got a contract and a deposit on a January 2016 event at the Expo Center, which is a real nice event in a great time of the year for filling hotel rooms when they're pretty empty. And as they were leaving last night, they want me to get them connected with the DMO so they can get hotel information and restaurant information, etc. So that's the type of cooperation, I think, and I think it is working. And I was coming here today because I think you're voting on this really not to make a presentation, but hopefully there'll be a positive vote and to thank you.
This all has a nice ring to it. Commissioner?
I just had two questions. Pat, I know you're not a CPA financial kind of guy, but your CPA is tied up in taxes and all that, and you've been working so hard to get me the requested information on the budget. And I'm down to two questions. One is a shared question and one is directly for you. And the one is, can you explain the jump of $20,000 in utilities?
Yes, I'd be happy to do that. We're experienced, as you know, record cold weather this winter, and our bills for electricity and propane have been pretty significant. So we pumped some more money into that budget item, and that goes up, of course, with our level of activity. And we've been kind of busy here in January and February, but February is a particularly cold month, and you heat those large buildings. We're actually waiting for 3/4 of that building is heated and cooled with propane, which is wildly expensive. The new addition there, the buildings in the back, the arena and the barn, are serviced with UGI, natural gas, which is significantly less expensive. We have been waiting for months. We've asked UGI, they're doing the engineering, they say it can be done, but we're waiting for the cost, where we want to convert the balance of the buildings to natural gas. We think we'll see a significant reduction there, but currently that's it's very expensive to keep those buildings with, and cool, they're heating and cooling units with propane. So that's why we pumped a little more money in there. We're hoping that next year we see the opposite, a decrease, a significant decrease, if we can make this happen. But UGI claims are very busy with all these new developments.
Well, that makes a lot of sense, and I knew there had to be a logical explanation, but due diligence I had to ask. The second question involves marketing and advertising. And I don't know, I don't want to assume anything, and that's why I need to ask. Are we running two separate websites? Has there been any talk of sharing a website between the two? That might save costs there.
We currently have our own website. I don't know what yours.
We currently don't have a website up and running at this point. We will eventually, and we could definitely consider having that conversation. We obviously had a lot of other priorities to think about before getting the whole website underway, but that's something we definitely want to do.
It just seemed like there was $30,000 maybe in each of your budgets for a website, and I thought, well, maybe that money could be put to better use.
Yeah.
You may want to look at that. Certainly, maybe do a joint thing. I'm not quite sure. But,
Well, since your business is tourism,
sure. Yeah.
it just seemed
makes
like maybe
sense
you,
if we
and
can-
you know,
The primary function of this resolution is to designate a tourism promotion agency as required by the tourism promotion law in Pennsylvania. The language in the resolution is very similar to what was approved for the last time a designation was made. However, we've also included just a few lines of additional language that, and I'll highlight that. It's actually the fifth paragraph of the resolution, where it says the designated tourism promotion agency will serve in this designation until and unless the county commissioners designate another entity. The TPA will report regularly to the county commissioners as provided for in the act. Further, if the TPA is decertified or dissolved, all tangible and intellectual property will revert to the county.
So moved.
second?
It's been moved and seconded to approve the resolution designating the TPA for Lebanon County. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So ordered.
And then, secondly, ordinance number 53, which was discussed at the last county commissioners meeting and put on display and also advertised as required for any ordinance. And ordinance number 53 establishes the hotel room rental tax at 3%. Also defines all of the terms that are used throughout the ordinance, and designates the how the funds will be distributed and used in this ordinance. As I mentioned before, the proposed ordinance would distribute the room collection tax with, or room hotel tax with 2% of it going as administration to the treasurer's office, 55% of the remainder going to the tourism promotion agencies for tourism promotion and tourism development. 35% of the funds will be to the Lebanon Valley Exposition Corporation for tourism, convention promotion, and tourism development. And the remaining 10% will be used by the county for purposes of maintaining special county tourism efforts. Since the advertisement and the approval to advertise at the last meeting, there are a few changes to it, or a few additions to it. These came from the solicitor for the county treasurer, Horace Airgood. Horace and the treasurer are often involved, or if there's some sort of enforcement action to be taken for non-payment by a hotelier, then they're involved with that. We've gained a little bit of experience and learned some things over the last several years, and so Attorney Airgood requested that we insert a few things. They are on page 5. They have to do with access to records, late payment fees, and enforcement. Those being that in access to records, Horace recommended that we add the language that duly authorized representatives of the county have access to records within 14 days of a written request. So the other addition that's being proposed is under section 11, which used to just say late payment fees and interest, now reads as late payment fees, interest, and attorney's fees. And in that case, we would add to the end of the paragraph that in addition to interest and a $100 late payment fee to any late receipts. We would also add reasonable collection or attorney's fees incurred by the county. So those are the tweaks to the ordinance that have been made since it's been advertised, and now it's before you for adoption.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to adopt ordinance number 53, designating the particulars on the tourist promotion DMO agency. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So ordered.